Reed is the striking heart of the landscape of the National Park Neusiedler See. Nearly half of the lake, an area of approximately 178 square kilometers, is covered in reed. It adjusts to the microclimate, functions as wind protection, cleans the water like a giant filter, and above all, reed serves as home and protection of rare animal species. The harvesting of reed was an important part of the rural life. Reed was cut by hand on the ice-covered lake using sickles or scythes.
Früher war ja das Schilfernten wirklich eine ganz schwere Arbeit.
In former times, the harvest of reed was real hard manual work.
In der Früh aufgestanden um 5
In winter, people walked 3 or 4 kilometers to the lake early in the morning. The reed was cut and bundles tied by hand. Then the bundles were put on sledges and hauled to the storage areas. There the bundles were put together in form of cones. When there was no ice layer on the lake, the work had to be done using boats. The harvesting of reed was hard labor for the people. It was really tedious work.
Mit Boot und. Also die Leute haben sich wirklich geplagt. Das war wirklich eine mühsame Arbeit.
Today the reed cutting is made easier by harvesting machines, but many steps still remain a time-intensive manual work.
Den ganzen Sommer haben wir da Angestellte Ungarn, die bündeln das, ja.
Throughout the summer, our Hungarian employees bundle up the reed. It is enclosed by hand and tied together by machine. Thereafter, the bundles are packed together in large packages and led to the construction sites. Finally, we use the material to cover the roof. But the important preliminary work is done by our workers.
Vorarbeit leisten, unsere Arbeiter.
Reed has proven its quality as cover material for centuries. The heat-insulating characteristics and its water resistance come to fruition.
Früher hat man bei uns die ganzen Häuser und auch die Stadel alles mit Schilfdeck.
In former times, all houses and barns were covered with reed. Important for the water resistance is the thickness of the reed cover. A thatched roof worked for around 20 years without problems. The roof ridge is the most vulnerable part, but it could be repaired separately.
Around the Neusiedler See, there are only a few craftsmen left who know how to cover roofs with reed. In earlier years, many houses, barns and stables had thatched roofs. Nowadays, these roofs can be found rarely.
Es ist bei uns schwieriger wie in der Steiermark.
In this area, it is complicated to get the permit to cover roofs with reed, as the houses are built close to each other. Only if the building is elder than 30 years or protected by monument conservation, it is no problem with thatched roofs.
Dann ist es kein Problem.
Also, the poor reputation was crucial for the decline of reed cover in Seewinkel.
Bei uns ist ein Schilf negativ. Also die Leute glauben, wenn man ein Schilfbündel hinschmeißt, das wäre Handgranaten.
Reed has a negative image in this area. Many people believe that if you throw a bundle of reeds, it is like a hand grenade because of huge fires in the past. Most of these fires were set by the people themselves. Fires don't start at the roof easily. When you try hard, you can burn anything, but reed has the same fire rating as wood. I'm living here in a wooden house with a thatched roof. I mount in the reed directly onto a full casing of 5 centimeters of solid wood. In this way, the reed can hardly start to burn. At this house, there was air between the reed and the construction underneath. Without this space, the fire rating and the isolation is much better.
The thatched roof has a negative reputation in Austria, whereas in many Western countries, as the prestige of the reed roof is closely linked with tradition. Therefore, around 98% of high-quality reed around Lake Neusiedler See is exported to the Netherlands, Germany and England. There it ends up on the famous thatched roofs. New buildings could have already pointed out that the image of the reed is to pursue a new path. The potential of this domestic construction material is far from exhausted.
Coconut Grove is a very small cove, separated from the sea by a shifting shoal.